Today's question is from Roberto. How does divorce or bankruptcy affect qualifying? Two-part question, so we'll do it one at a time. Divorce. Divorce has no effect on qualifying. None. There is no single guideline that says that you can't qualify for a mortgage just because you got divorced. I've literally done a mortgage where my client was getting a divorce and the divorce was final during the mortgage process. So it has no effect. I understand why you may have asked the question though, because a lot of times when you go through a divorce, it has a negative impact on your credit. This doesn't have to happen, and this is kind of out of my realm a little bit. You really should talk to a divorce attorney about it, I guess. There are times when people get divorced and they do negative things to each other and it could affect their credit, whatever. But I mean, there's no guideline. If everyone behaves in a divorce, it has no effect on getting a mortgage at all. That's part one. Part two is bankruptcy. How does bankruptcy affect? Bankruptcy can have a huge effect. Obviously, when you're going bankrupt, you're basically telling the world that you couldn't handle your finances and you had to go through some kind of government-sponsored plan. There's the two main kinds of bankruptcy are Chapter 7, which is basically a full liquidation of your assets, and Chapter 13, which is kind of a payment plan. In both cases, you have to wait a while, a length of time before you can actually qualify for a mortgage again. The amount of time you have to wait depends on what kind of loan you're going for. I don't have the list in front of me, but I know the least amount of time you have to wait is 2 years. And when I say time you have to wait, it's after the bankruptcy is discharged. If you're on the Chapter 13 and you're doing a payment plan, your bankruptcy is not discharged until you finish that payment plan. That payment plan might take 2 years, and then you have to wait an additional 2 years after that before you can do a mortgage. At least an additional 2 years. There are some types of loans you have to wait 4 years for. There are some you have to wait 7 years for. If it's a Chapter 7 full liquidation, it usually discharges relatively quickly, so it'd be 2 years after that period. Hope that answered your question. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And if you have any questions you'd like me to address in a future video, please leave it in the comments below. If you're in Florida and interested in a mortgage, check out the description for my links. Thanks again.